Hello, everybody. So, in the last lesson, we learned about the different forms of business organizations. Now, we will be discussing the different types of businesses according to the activities that they do and the manner in which they earn income. So, these three types of businesses, according to activities, are service companies, merchandising companies, and manufacturing companies. So, let's start and let's discuss them one by one. A service business or a service industry is a business that generates income by providing services for a fee. So basically, what happens in a service business is that they provide their services to their customers and then the customers will pay them for the services that they rendered. Okay, so let's have some examples of service companies. Okay, one example is a barber shop or a salon. So customers will go inside the barber shop or the salon and then they will do their services like they will be cutting or styling the hair of the customers, and then after the service has been provided, then the customers will pay them for what they did or the service that was given to them. Okay? We also have massage therapies or spas. So, foot spa or massage. So, after the massage, then the customers will pay for the service that was given to them. Also, example of a service business is a travel and tourist agency. So, basically, a travel and tourist agency provides travel services to customers. So they will go in this business. They will go to Japan. They will go to Korea. They will go to Italy, and then before or after the service has been rendered, then the customers will be paying the travel agency for giving them the service. And what was the service giving to them? Bringing them to those wonderful locations. Okay, so those are some examples. And we also have professional businesses. Okay, for example, we have an IT solutions firm or information technology solutions. So IT professionals renders services to clients by creating systems or by creating programs for their clients, and then their clients will be paying them on the service that they gave. Also, another example are legal services. So basically, lawyers who renders their services, legal services to their clients, and then also they will receive a payment for the legal services that they have rendered. And lastly, the very best example is our own profession, accounting services. Accountants provide services to clients and the clients will pay these accountants for the services that they have rendered. Remember the definition of accounting. Accounting is a service activity. So it is a very best example of a service business. So accounting firms provide accounting services, financial consultancy, tax services, preparation of financial statements, bookkeeping, and a lot more services that is related to accounting. Okay, so I hope you grasped a nice understanding of what a service business is. Let's go now to merchandising. Merchandising is a type of business of buying and selling of goods. A company purchases goods from a supplier in which these goods will be sold to customers. Buying and selling. So basically, a company will buy first the goods that they will sell to customers. So, the best examples of a merchandising business is a grocery store, because a grocery store will first purchase the goods that they will sell from a supplier, and then they will put those goods in the selling area, and then what will happen is the customers will get those products from the selling area and pay for them. So what happens is that they buy it first, the company buys it first, and then they will sell them to customers. Another one are fashion boutiques and anything about clothes. So basically those are also merchandising businesses. Well, take a look at a mall, right? So in a mall, some of them are service businesses and some of them are merchandising businesses. So, what are the service businesses that you can see in a mall? Like salons or those who provide massage services. And then, what are the merchandising businesses inside a mall? Department stores or other boutiques. Okay, so it works that way. Okay, so the things around us are actually the very best examples of these businesses. Okay, let's now proceed to manufacturing. Manufacturing is a company that purchases raw materials, and then these raw materials will undergo a process until it becomes finished goods to be sold to customers. So actually, both merchandising and manufacturing sells goods to customers. The only difference is that in manufacturing, the company prepares the goods that they will sell, unlike in merchandising that they only buy what they will sell. So in manufacturing, there will be a process that will be undergone by the raw materials that they purchased. Let's take an example. An ice cream manufacturing company will first buy raw materials or these raw ingredients. Those raw materials or ingredients to make an ice cream will undergo a process, the ice cream manufacturing process. And then, after the ice cream manufacturing process, there we have it, the finished product. And those ice cream will be sold to customers. Another example is a car manufacturing company. The car manufacturing company will first buy spare parts, car parts, and other accessories to create a car. And then it will undergo the car manufacturing process. And there we have it. We have a nice, beautiful car. And that will be their finished product, which can be sold to customers. So I hope that you appreciate the three different activities of business organizations. Now let's analyze it in an integrated way. Can these three types of businesses go together? Let's take this case. A music production and recording company is handling singers and talents. These singers and talents perform at concerts produced by the company. Also, the firm has a record bar where they sell CDs of different artists. Lastly, the company is also producing CD albums of the latest songs of their singers. Can the three types go together? The answer is yes. Look at the case. Our music production and recording company is handling singers. And then, those singers perform at concerts. So, concert performances is a service activity. And remember that the music production and recording company also operates a record bar and they sell a lot of CDs there. So that can be a merchandising activity. And lastly, those singers records their songs in a CD and they also produce the CDs of the albums of their singers. So the production of CD albums is a manufacturing activity. Let's have another case. Can the three types work as a system? Let's see this case. A manufacturer of essential oils produces their products and sells them to different groceries. These groceries then sells them to customers. A massage spa will then purchase these essential oils for use in the massage therapy service. Look at what happens. The essential oils company will manufacture essential oils. They become the supplier of the grocery, which is a manufacturing activity. And then the massage spa will buy essential oils from the grocery and they will use it for their services to render massage services. So it works as a system from merchandising to manufacturing to service. This is a very wonderful integration. Now, how do these companies measure the income that they receive? In service companies, remember the equation for the income statement, which is revenue minus expenses is net income. It works now this way. In service companies, service revenue less operating expenses is equal to net income. This means that we will match the revenues that the company is earning minus the expenses that they pay for to operate the business. That is your net income. While in merchandising and manufacturing, which sells goods, you match sales revenue with the cost of goods sold. What is a cost of goods sold? How much did the company paid for the goods that they will sell? In Tagalog, Kumbaga sa sari-sari store, kung yung nanay mo ay bumili ng ballpen na ititinda niya sa sari-sari store, 8 pesos, kunyari. Tapos, binenta niya ng 12 pesos yung ballpen. E di, syempre, anong nangyari? Yung nanay mo, tumubo ng 4. So, ganito yon. The ballpen is 8 pesos. That is cost of goods sold. Then, it was sold to customers at 12 pesos. Your 12 pesos is sales revenue. So, 12 minus 8 gives you 4. 4 pesos ang tubo in English, and in accounting, that is gross profit. And then the gross profit will be deducted to the operating expenses of the company to arrive at net income or loss. So for income measurement, let's have some examples. Problem number 1. A barbershop earned 60,000 pesos during the month of April. Salaries paid to barbers amounted to 20,000 pesos. Utilities paid for is 6,000 and rent of the space for the barbershop is 5,000. How much is the net income of the barbershop? Let's analyze the problem. Remember that a service company will have to earn income through rendering services. And truly enough, in the month of April, they earned 60,000 for the services that they rendered. However, they need to pay salaries for their barbers. They also need to pay for utility bills like electricity and water. And also, if they do not own their own space or their own office, then there will be a rent expense. So, this will be our computation. Service revenue of 60,000, then deduct all of the operating expenses that they paid for. Salaries, utilities, and rent, which will total 31,000. And then, you match the revenue with the expenses that has been paid. Revenue minus expenses, 60,000 minus 31,000, the company enjoyed a net income of 29,000 during the month. It's easy, right? Okay, problem number 2. A grocery store earned 225,000 pesos from selling their goods during the month of April. These goods sold were first purchased at an amount of 160,000. Salaries paid to employees is 25,000, utilities paid is 4,000, and rent of the selling area is 6,000. How much is the net income of the grocery for the month of April? So look at this. The goods that they sold, they earned 225,000. That is their selling price for all of the products they sold. However, remember that merchandising is a buying and selling activity. The goods that were sold at 225,000 pesos were first purchased by the company at 160,000. So if you will be looking at it like this, it will be sales revenue is 225,000 less cost of goods sold of 160,000. They earn gross profit of 65,000. Simplihan natin in Tagalog. Bumili muna sila ng mga products na ibebenta nila 160,000. Tapos yung 160,000 na yun na pinambili nila, binenta nila ng 225,000. Eh di tumubo sila ngayon ng 65,000. O ganun lang yun, okay? And then, we deduct the operating expenses of 25,000 salaries, 4,000 utilities, and 6,000 rent, for a total of 35,000. Then, we will match them together. 65 minus 35, net income is 30,000 pesos. Easy, di ba? Okay, problem number 3. A car manufacturing company sold 2 cars totaling 3 million pesos during the month of April. Car parts and materials used for these cars amounted to 600,000. Labor costs paid amounting to 800,000 or amounts to 800,000, and other indirect costs to manufacture the cars amounted to 100,000. Salaries paid to office employees is 50,000, utilities paid is 20,000, and the rent of selling area of the office space is 10,000. How much is the net income of the car company for the month of April? Now, in manufacturing, it gets a bit complicated, but let me explain that to you. Remember that the cost of goods sold is the amount that the company has sacrificed in order for them to sell these products. However, we are talking about manufacturing here. And in manufacturing, we need raw materials. We also need the production process in order for them to have finished goods. Okay? So, look at the problem. Yes, we were able to sell 2 cars and the total of that is 3 million. So we earned 3 million as sales revenue. No problem with that. However, in order for them to build the car, ang ginastos nila 600,000 na materials. Tas syempre, pasasahurin mo yung mga laborers na gumagawa ng kotse. The total was 800,000 and all other indirect cost like for example, the rent of the factory plant or the salaries of the factory janitors, anything that is not really related to the car but related to the production process is called indirect cost or what we call the overhead. So remember that in manufacturing process, we have 3 kinds of costs which pertains to the cost of the goods, which is materials, labor, and overhead. So in order for them to make the car, they what they sacrifice is 600,000 pesos for the materials, 800,000 pesos for labor, and 100,000 for overhead, for a total of 1,500,000. So in building the car, they sacrificed 1,500,000. But they were able to sell it at 3 million. So ang tubo, the gross profit will be 1,500,000. Then we go to the same formula, operating expenses. Let's get the total. Salaries of 50,000, utilities of 20,000, and rent of 10,000. Totals 80,000. Gross profit of 1,500,000 less operating expenses of 80,000 will give you a net income for the month of 1,420,000. It actually works the same way as in merchandising. It's just that we need to take into account the materials that were purchased by the company to make the car, and then the labor or the salary of the laborers in making the car, and other indirect costs related to car manufacturing. Okay, so I hope that you understood our lesson very, very well. So these are the 3 activities of business organizations: service, merchandising, and manufacturing. So again, see you in the next video. This is Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and I hope that you're happy learning with me. So for any comments and suggestions, you may comment them down in our comment section below. But please make your comments and suggestions as respectful as possible. And if you have any requests of lessons or tutorials that you want to upload in this channel, please do so and also comment them in the comment section. Thank you and have a great day.